Hello, good day and welcome to Henze tutorial. So in today's video, we are going to see practically exactly how we can create AI images with ChatGPT. And the reason why we'll be doing this in the last video, I told you the reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to create a faceless YouTube channel. So this is going to be for a very long form content. We are talking about AI stories or movies of close to 20, that's 20 minutes. This is actually a series. I'm creating a series. So this series is quite continuous. So the question is we need consistent character and all that for the process of the story. So I'm going to show you a part of the clip here, somewhere in between or perhaps, at the end. So exactly what are we going to do or what are you going to do? The next thing, first thing you need to do is you need to get your script ready. So I will just go over here and then look for my script. You need to have your script on. So this is my script. I'm going to copy my script out. So after copying my script, the next thing that I want to do is, so you can see that's my script, that's my script, that's my script, that's my script. So after copying my script, I'm going to take my script into ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT, okay, so please can you do this for me? I asked it to create various scenes for various chapters. So once that is done, but before that, if you've not watched the previous video, go and see how I already asked my AI. My AI is already customized. I've told it how to go about creating consistent character for me. So you can go and maybe at the end of this video, I'll drop, you see it at the end there, one of the cards or end screen. So you see the video on how to create consistent character. So that was where I also spoke about how to customize your ChatGPT so that it knows precisely what it is that you're looking for. So for me, the next thing I'll be doing is, even if once you have your script, you bring in your script, the next thing you will do after getting your script is you want to get your characters out. And after getting your characters, the purpose of the characters is you need to have things like their age, their eyes, their body build basically. Once you have that already ready, then the next thing you want to do, you want to talk about generating the scenes. So I already have my characters stored somewhere. Once you're done creating your characters, copy it and paste somewhere on a notepad. Then for your scenes, that's what we're going to be doing. I have already done something similar, but this time around, I'm going to show you a walkthrough. So I'm going to come over here, copy the script, Control C, and then now because I've done this before, I don't want to, okay, for the sake of this tutorial, I'll do it. Say, please generate scenes for chapter 800. For chapter 800. Please generate scenes for chapter 800. Also, make them about 10 to 15 scenes, but ensure they are necessary for it. Otherwise, just generate the number of scenes that would be available from each chapter, because I'm going to do this for chapter 801, 802, and the rest, as the list continues. So now, so I need you to understand something. The scenes I'm talking about here, so I need to put scenes prompts because I don't want it to generate the images. I just want only the prompts first. So it's later that we'll begin to consider the prompts, So here it is. So I'm copying the whole of chapter 800. So Control C. I hope it works this time around. So if you don't want to do this copy and paste, so another thing you can simply do is you click over here and then you add a photo and file. So once you do that, you see the file, you import the file, whether it's a Notepad or Microsoft Word, whichever one it is. But see, I'm not interested in doing it. I've already added this file already. So even if I touch ChatGPT to bring up my story, to actually bring it up. So after this, I'll click on OK, and then we get the ball rolling. So once the is done generating all you need to generate. So sometimes you can also decide to ask ChatGPT, please tell me that you understand the prompt that I gave to you or the instruction that I gave to you. This will really go a long way in helping you. Now, the reason why mine is being generated like this is simply because of how I told it. So you can see it mentions the chapter and then it also mentions the scene number. So when I'm creating the scene and everything, I know precisely what I'm looking out for. So let's just allow it to finish its generation. So it was able to generate 16 cents. Was it 16 cents? Yeah, 13 cents. So with this, I can simply tell it, please, can you create image for scene 1? Now this is ChatGPT, so most likely it will be able to do that for me. But however, there's still something else I need you to know. After this, I just want to use this as an example. I would show you where we likely copy the script that it generated for us, and then I will take it into a GPT that is known for converting text to video or text to image. And remember, I told you there's the reason why I asked it just to generate the prompts for me. One of the reasons why it's good that you asked it to generate the image, the prompt for you, so you can really see what the prompt is all about. So for instance, look at this one now, scene prompts. It's first, so this is a scene prompt, scene 13 chapter 800. So it tells me what she does, and because it knows the individual. Now that's one of the reason I told you it's always good you create your the character first. So if you create the character, whenever the name is being mentioned, it pulls up the characteristics of that particular individual. But this is ChatGPT that definitely knows how to go about doing this. So on that thing, you can simply do it. You can copy this and then go over to any image generation tool that you have, Leonardo da Vinci, or you want to even change it from text to video. And if you're going to use text to video, it's always best to highlight this out so that it's quite easier for you or for the AI. So our picture is also being generated. At the same time, there's something that you also need to mention to the AI. You need to tell it the aspect ratio. So I can't say the aspect ratio is going to be bringing out, but I'm going to write an instruction. Then whenever that is available, I say, please, can you create a 16 by 9 aspect ratio for 1920 by 1080p resolution. So resolution. So with this, when you're generating your image, it knows precisely what it is that you want. So I'm going to leave this tab here so it keeps generating whatever it is it's generating here. Now I'll go over to another tab that I have opened earlier, and this tab already has my instructions and everything. So this time around, I'm going to make use of I'm also going to make use of the tools, the GPT I told you about. So let's go over and click on the GPT. Maybe I should have opened it on a new page, but it's totally fine. So here, you come over here and search for text to image. You can do text to video if you want, and it will also generate that for you. But most of them will still direct you to go over to they'll still direct you to go over to the website. Anyways, we're going to try out two. First one we'll do text to image. So okay, I think I should have clicked on one first. So this is text to image here. I'm looking at the one that has 1 million. I want to click on this. So this one has text to video and image to video. So I'll click on start chat. So is there any other thing I need to say? So here's it. I wrote a prompt out and I'm going to do Ctrl V for those prompts. So I asked it, please, can you create a 16 by 9 aspect ratio by 1920? Now, and I'll tell it, please start this with just the first scene. Please start with just the first scene. Please start with just the first scene and let me approve if I like it before you move over to the next. Before you move over to the next. So with this, we are good. So what am I going to do now? The place where I had, now this is still getting, I don't want to bother it. So this script here that I have, I'm going to copy these scripts. Remember, this has about 13 scenes. And so pasting the scenes here. I do hope if it doesn't work because of the size, what I'll do is, so let's see, I hope it do works. So I've asked it to start, and so it says here we'll begin 1920 16 by 9 verbal explosion. So it's asking me, do I want text to video or image to video? No, I want to do text to, let me do text to video and see what it brings out. If it's really going to generate a video for me. Okay, so it's spilling it out, writing everything out that I need. So you now see this reason why I didn't want to do this. So it wants me to go over to this website, and that was not what I wanted to do. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'll just choose. So that's giving me 3 prompts I should choose from. So I'll take prompt 3. So that's it. And let me show here and create whatever I think I'm going to create. However, this is what I'm going to do. I'll tell it, please can you generate an image for this prompt? So now I want it to do a generation here for me. I've already given it my instruction and all that. So let's see. So you see, it's generating my image for me this time around. So here, the website is loading. So that image that it generated, this is what I want to do to it now. I want to copy it and then paste it and see how the video turns out. So I do here and then click on generate. Of course, I need you are going to ask me to sign in first. Okay. So let's see first image that we're generating. I think that image is still generating. Sometimes ChatGPT can be a bit funny, and one of the things that we simply is I love to go over to library and to check if our image is being generated or something. So the website is AnyVideo.ai in case you want to do that. So at the same time, the same prompt that I copied, can I use this prompt to generate an image? Yes, I can. I could go over here and then try to see what it creates for me. I think I already have on this place. I already shown you how to use this when creating your prompts. So in this case, the characters are above. So the first one, why is the image like this? Let's go over to this chart and see why the image this way. You know, this one we are not able to specify that. So I already asked you to create an image for scene one, and then scene one, obviously, let's see if we can get to scene one. So these are scene one. She yells at Jang Yi in a freezing corridor about the Jing Feng. But while she's yelling, there's something okay. So here it tells us what Jang Yi is actually wearing, and then Zhu Yang is in a slick. It also tells us what Zhu Yang is also wearing. You can see that there. And then facial expression and other things and everything. So I think, honestly speaking, that was the image that was generated in the library, which is what you saw. However, here it still seems to be writing generating, but the library is already there. And also, there was no aspect ratio written for this particular one. No aspect ratio was given for it. Okay, so you can see how this is her shouting here. And then, because for this one, now this is the second one, this one has generated its own, and this is her also shouting as well. Same prompts that we had to create. So now it's asking me if I want to create scene two. So that's exactly the way I told it. So after everyone, so this is a 16 by 9. So I could simply use this image, and then create my story. So in the next video that we're going to do on the course of this class, I'm going to explain to you how to create your voiceover from your script, a very beautiful voiceover. You could make use of ChatGPT, or you could make use of Google, one of Google's AI, which I would also be showing you how to go about that. So if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you've enjoyed every aspect of this video, please do so. And then also, because this is a continuous video, my previous videos, if you've not watched them about creating a Faceless YouTube channel, I suggest you find time and watch them so you can learn everything. Based on this prompt here, let me see. I will post, okay, yeah, this is the exact prompt that I want. This is the one it asks us to use on its. So I'll do text to video instead. And let's see what it generates. So this will likely take quite a long time, which I don't know if okay. So because I failed to tell it that So now I'm going to write, so you can see what it has generated here anyway. The video was for 5 seconds.
Chapter 787, The Most Terrifying Contrast. Jang Yi wasn't naive. He knew what Zhu Zheng was doing. Sending Zhu Yang on this mission wasn't just logistics. She was his eyes and ears. A censor in disguise, meant to observe, report, perhaps even influence. But Jang Yi didn't mind. Let her come. He wouldn't flatter her, wouldn't adjust his behavior, and certainly wouldn't step into any emotional traps. After all, this wasn't a romance. It was just a mission: evacuate the stranded overseas Chinese. Nothing more. They left Blizzard City. Zhu Yang trailed behind with a large suitcase packed with fine, excessive necessities. Far too much for a survival trip, but exactly what Jang Yi expected from someone raised on silk and status. He made no offer to store it in his alien space. As soon as he got on the special train bound for Tianhai City, he shut his eyes and leaned back in silence. Sigma men never fall into women's traps, he thought, mentally sealing off all interaction. When the train pulled into Tianhai, Jang Yi summoned a snowmobile from his space and turned to her flatly, "Let's go back to my residence first." Zhu Yang's heart jumped. "Go back to your residence?" she echoed, suspicious. Her eyes narrowed as she scanned his face for signs of intent. "Why would you bring a girl like me home?" Jang Yi stared at her, deadpan. "Are you going or not?" I'll go." She followed him, unease creeping in with every step. Could it be? Had Jang Yi seen through her uncle's plan? Was he planning to use this opportunity to take control? To seduce her? After all, wasn't she here to do the same? Yet this felt different. Wrong even. She had imagined the sequence differently. First, he'd be attracted to her. Then he'd fall helplessly in love. Only after that, they would naturally happen. But right now, it felt like Jang Yi was the one in control, and she didn't like it. They reached his off-road vehicle. Zhu Yang moved toward the passenger seat out of habit, but before she could settle in, "Get off," Jang Yi said bluntly. "Sit in the back." She blinked. "Do you really have to be like this?" "My passenger seat," he said without even looking at her, "is reserved for my woman." Those words struck her pride like a whip. She clenched her jaw. "You have a girlfriend?" Jang Yi answered calmly, "Of course. Do you think a man as handsome and capable as me would be single?" Zhu Yang froze. Her uncle wanted her to seduce a man who was already taken? It was absurd. Unbelievable. Yet, somehow believable. Her uncle was a cold realist,